Welcome to Body Peak Supplements. Today what we're going to be talking about is the difference between doing cardio in the morning before breakfast versus after breakfast. Now, the difference is whether your body loses that little bit, and I mean a little bit of muscularity. So let's have a look at pre-breakfast. Before you have breakfast in the morning, I suggest everybody have just a little shot of coffee or take your fat loss supplements and make sure that you drink a lot of water to keep yourself hydrated. For the simple reason being that you haven't eaten all night, you haven't drunk any water all night, so you're very dehydrated first thing in the morning, which means your bloodstream is a little bit acidic. And if your bloodstream is a little bit acidic and your fat cells are a little bit acidic, then what happens is the pH isn't correct, the cells can't function efficiently, and you can't burn as much fat as fast and efficiently. So it's absolutely vital that the first thing you make sure you do when you wake up in the morning is keep yourself hydrated. And whilst you're doing that, you might as well be taking your fat loss supplements at the same time. Now, once you start doing cardio AM, because there's very little blood sugar, what happens is your body is more likely to be in a fat-burning metabolism, and you will be burning a lot of body fat. The problem is you will also be losing a little bit of muscularity because your muscle tissue's primary fuel source is stored muscle glycogen. And without that, your body's forced to burn fat, which is a good thing, but your body can't break down fat at a fast enough speed to supply your body with adequate amounts of fuel. So what happens is that your body is also being forced to eat a little bit of your muscle tissue at the same time. This is what we call catabolism. So it's absolutely vital now that after you do your cardio and you've burnt a lot of fat, you make sure that you replace your lost glycogen stores by eating a medium carb meal such as oatmeal or something like that, and make sure you have your protein as well. Now this plan, having your cardio pre-breakfast, is very good for mesomorphs and endomorphs because both of those body types tend to be able to maintain your muscularity very well. Therefore, the chances of actually losing muscle tissue is very close to none. If you had an ectomorph that was to do cardio pre-breakfast, they will lose a lot of muscularity very fast because this body type struggles to gain muscularity, but because their metabolisms are so fast, they can actually lose their muscularity at a fast speed. So for an ectomorph, do not do your cardio pre-breakfast. Now let's have a look at doing your cardio post-breakfast. Now your number one goal here is to boost your metabolism for the rest of the day. You see, only 20% of your calories are burnt during training. 80% of our calories are burnt when we're at rest, such as when we're at work and sleeping at night. Therefore, it's in our interest to focus on burning calories when we're at rest, not when we're in a gym training. So why not use the training routine to boost your metabolism so you're burning more calories in the rest of the day? See, if 80% of our calories are burnt when we're at rest, that's where our focus needs to be. And this is what happens when you create the plan of doing your cardio after breakfast. You see, this is specifically also designed for an ectomorph who struggles to gain mass but can lose their muscularity quite fast. The first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is make sure you have a breakfast. You have starved yourself all night, you haven't eaten, so have your breakfast first thing in the morning to replenish lost glycogen stores and also have some protein. This way you maintain your muscularity. When you do your cardio, yes, you will not be burning as much fat as if you did your cardio pre-training. And yes, you will be burning predominantly a lot of the calories you just put into your system. But the purpose of having breakfast first thing in the morning is to boost your metabolism, that of which an ectomorph can do very efficiently since they already have a fast metabolism. And now that you go do training, you are going to be boosting your metabolism even higher. You see, ectomorphs can boost their metabolisms at an extremely fast speed. So this whole plan is about helping an ectomorph do what it's capable of doing more efficiently. It's all about boosting your metabolism. By boosting your metabolism, having breakfast first thing in the morning, and now boosting your metabolism even more by doing cardio after your training. By doing this, your metabolism is going through the roof, and an ectomorph can burn a massive amount of calories for the rest of the day. And because they've had their protein and their breakfast first thing in the morning, they've now preserved their muscle tissue that they can lose quite easily. Now, let's talk a little bit about steroids, because a lot of people who are thinking about doing cardio in the morning and weight training in the evening are people who compete. Doesn't matter what the plan is. If you're taking anabolic steroids, your protein synthesis is extremely efficient, which means the chances of losing muscularity is next to none. In fact, I would debate that it's pretty much impossible if your protein intake is adequate by the end of the day. So all these people can always do cardio first thing in the morning without having breakfast and not being able to be worried about losing muscularity. Talk to you soon.